Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the first weekend of the Premiership. Yes, everybody, the Premiership is back. It's the first weekend of the Premiership matches. Let's start with tonight's match, Burnley versus Manchester City. Well, Burnley couldn't have asked for a tougher start to the Premiership, their season in the Premiership, could they, against champions Manchester City? Some of the pundits are saying that they think that Burnley might survive, but I can't see it. I can't see them surviving. I mean, I know they took the Championship by storm last season, but not that they won't be able to do it in the Premiership. I might be proven wrong. They might just survive, probably on the last day of the season, but I just can't see it. They're one of my predictions to go right back down. I might be proved wrong, but I think they'll go down. As for Manchester City, I just can't see who's going to dethrone them and who's going to stop them. I mean, Haaland scored no end of goals last season. He'll probably score more this season. I mean, he scored about 50-odd goals last season. He might get about 60 this season. You never know. But like I said, I just can't see who's going to stop Manchester City. I'm going to predict that Manchester City will win the Premiership again. Like I said, I just can't see who's going to stop them. I think this one is going to be a bit of a baptism of fire for Burnley. I can see them losing this one. It's better to get this match out of the way now than playing Manchester City later in the season when they're in full throw. So, like I said, I just can't see Burnley staying up. They might surprise everybody and survive, but I don't think they will. It's going to be a tough old season for them. Anyway, here's my prediction. I'm going to go for Burnley 0, Manchester City 4. Manchester City to win their first match of the season. 4-0. Although, saying that, Manchester City might have an off night and Burnley might beat them, but I don't think so. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Well, Arsenal were top of the Premiership most of last season, and of course towards the end they blew it. They ended up finishing second. Have they got the players that can win the Premiership this season? No, I don't think they will. I don't think Arsenal will. I think Arsenal will probably finish second again, but I can't see them winning the Premiership. If there's any Arsenal fans out there who's watching this video, put in the comments if you think Arsenal are going to win the Premiership this season. But me, I can't see them doing it. I think they'll miss out again, although you never know. They might do it this season, but I can't see them winning the Premiership, beating Manchester City to the Premiership. They'll finish second, but that's about it. They'll finish. Of course, they play Forest tomorrow. Forest who had a pretty shaky start to the start of last season, but they managed to survive. I think they'll probably will again. They'll probably finish where they did last season. Maybe might finish up a bit higher. Might probably finish about 15th or 16th. But they'll probably survive again. The coach they've got there, Steve Cooper, he did a good job last season keeping them up. He'll probably do the same again. But like I said, they'll probably finish where they did last season. Anyway, this one I'm going to go Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. I'm going to go for Arsenal. Arsenal 2, Forest 0. Bournemouth, West Ham. Well, Bournemouth have got a new coach. They sacked Gary O'Neill at the end of last season. I think sacking him was a bit of a mistake, really, because I think Bournemouth will struggle this season. I think they did well to survive last season, but I think this season is going to be another struggle for them. Where can I see them finishing? I think they'll probably finish. They might be lucky if they avoid relegation. I think they'll probably finish just avoid relegation, probably. Might finish about probably about 18th, something, or 17th, probably around there. I'll probably finish. For West Ham, they didn't have a very good season last season, did they? I think the West Ham fans thought at the start of last season they was going to be playing in the Champions League. They had dreams of playing in the Champions League, but didn't come to fruition, did it? They struggled to just avoid relegation. I think they'll probably do the same again this season. I think they'll probably have a poor season again, West Ham. But then again, you never know. They might. This season might be a good season for them, but I can't see it. I think they'll probably finish just avoid relegation again. Anyway, Bournemouth, I'm going to go for Bournemouth 1, West Ham 1. I'm going to go for a draw, being just the first match of the season. Brighton versus Luton. Well, Brighton surprised everybody last season by finishing where they did. They surprised everybody because I thought they'd probably would struggle last season, but they didn't. I think they'll probably finish where they did last season with Brighton, in the top half, about 8th, maybe 7th, or they might finish in the top 6. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. They'll probably be playing in the Europa League next season, next year, but I think they'll have a good season again, will Brighton. And of course they play newly promoted Luton. And of course the pundits have already written Luton off before a ball has even been kicked. Myself, I agree. I just can't see Luton surviving. I just can't see who's going to get the goals for them. I can't see where the goals are going to come from. I know they've bought Ross Barkley. I can't see him making any difference to Luton. Like I said, goals keep you in the Premiership, and I just can't see where Luton are going to get the goals from. I've already tipped them to be relegated. I think they will. I think they'll go right back down again. But then again, you never know. They might surprise everybody and stay up, but I just can't see it happen. It'll be a miracle if they did. I'm sorry, Luton fans. If any of you were watching this video, I'm sorry, but I can see you going right back down again. Anyway, tomorrow's match, I'm going to go for Brighton. Brighton 2, Luton 0. Everton versus Fulham. Well, the last 2 seasons, Everton have been dicing with relegation, and I think this season will be the same again. I think they'll be struggling again to avoid relegation. They probably will towards the end of the season. Probably the last match of the season. They'll probably need to win to stay up, but I think they'll go through with it all again. I just can't see because Everton. Just can't see Everton getting out, being dragged in the relegation fight. Everton fans are dreaming of winning the Premiership and playing Champion Leagues football, but I'm afraid Everton, you're in for another long, hard season. I can see you just avoiding relegation again. Fulham, I think, because Fulham had a good season last season, but somehow this season, I don't think they will. They won't have a good season they had last season. They'll probably finish mid-table, but they won't have the seasons they had last season. It's going to be a bit of a struggle for Fulham this season, but you never know what happens. Anyway, this one, Everton, I'm going to go for Everton 0, Fulham 1. Fulham to win 1-0. Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. Well, Sheffield United are going to have the same problem, goals. They're going to have the same problem scoring goals, trying to stay in the Premiership, but Sheffield United, another team that are going to go right down again. I'm sorry, Blades fans, but I just can't see you surviving in the Premiership like you did the last time you was in. You've got the same problem as Luton. Where's the goals going to come from? Who's going to score the goals to keep you in the Premiership? You won't make Sheffield United won't make it easy for teams when they go there. But I just can't see Sheffield United staying up. I'm sorry, Sheffield United fans. You're going to go right back down again. I just can't see you staying up. As for Crystal Palace, they've managed to keep hold of Roy Hodgson. He'll probably do another good job of keeping you in the Premiership again, like he did last season. Where do I think you're going to finish? Crystal Palace are going to finish this season mid-table, where they finished last season, just avoiding relegation again. But of course, like Everton, one of these times Crystal Palace's luck will run out and they'll probably be back in the Championship again. It will happen. They won't stay in the Premiership forever. Anyway, this one, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace. I was thinking about going for Crystal Palace, but I'm still going to stick with that, I think. Sheffield United 0, Crystal Palace 1. Crystal Palace to win 1-0. Newcastle United versus Villa. Well, Newcastle will be playing in the Champions League this season. I didn't think that was going to happen last season, but they surprised everybody. I can't see Newcastle finishing in the top 4 this season. I think they'll probably miss out. They'll probably finish 5th. I don't think there'll be any Champions League football for them next year, so they may well enjoy it while I'm playing it this season. They might surprise everybody, but I just can't see it happening. Villa had a good season last season under Uriah Emery, or whatever his name is. I think Villa are going to do well this season. I think they might probably be qualified for the Europa League next year. They'll probably finish in the top 6, about 6th or 5th. I suppose some of the Villa fans are dreaming of finishing in the top 4, playing Champions League football, but I don't think it'll happen. But that's where they'll finish, 6th or 5th. They'll have a good season. This one, I'm going to go for a draw. Newcastle 1, Villa 1. Also saying that Villa might go there tomorrow and beat Newcastle, but I'm going to go for a draw. Brentford versus Tottenham. Brentford are another team who I think will have a good season, but of course they'll be missing Ivan Toney for the first 8 matches of the season. I think they'll probably struggle without him until he comes back. Brentford will be another team who'll probably finish in the top half, maybe 8th, 9th. And of course Tottenham, Harry Kane is on his way to Bayern Munich. I think I said last season you take him out of the Tottenham team and that Tottenham will struggle. I think Tottenham will. I can't see Tottenham finishing anywhere near the top 6 this season without him, unless they can bring somebody in before the transfer window closes. But I just can't see it. Tottenham will probably finish mid-table. I just can't see who's going to get the goals for Tottenham when he goes. Anyway, this one I'm going to go for Brentford 1, Tottenham 1. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Well, of course, Chelsea have Pochettino there for this season. Let's hope there's an improvement with Chelsea than there was last season. They had a terrible season, did Chelsea, last season. Everything went wrong for them. This is Pochettino's first season, so I don't expect Chelsea to finish in the top 6. I think they'll probably maybe 7th. I think they'll probably finish 7th. Where they'll probably finish 7th. They won't finish in the top 4. Of course, they've spent money again, splashing the cash. Liverpool are after a player from Brighton, but of course Chelsea want him, and I think that player wants to go to Chelsea, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's not playing for Chelsea. Chelsea don't buy him. Liverpool have made an offer, but it's up to the player. You need to decide where he wants to go, but I think he probably end up playing for Chelsea. Let's hope Liverpool can have a better season. There was another team who didn't have a very good season last season, did they? Will they finish in the top 4? Yeah, they got a reasonable chance, I think, of finishing the top 4. We'll just see how the season goes. Anyway, for this one, I'm going to go for Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. And finally, Manchester United versus Wolves. Of course, Manchester United didn't have a very good start to the season, did they, last season? But they finished well at the end of the season. Can they finish in the top 4? I think they will. Yes, I think Man United will finish in the top 4 this season. I think they will. Can they win a trophy? I don't think they'll win the Premiership, but they could well win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, which will be they'll win one of them. And as for Wolves, I fear for Wolves this season because their coach has just left, and they've got Gary O'Neill from Bournemouth. I think Wolves are going to struggle. I think they're going to struggle this season, Wolves. I mean, they might just avoid relegation, but I think for most of the season, I'm going to be in the bottom 3. The early part of the season, because I just can't. Wolves are another team who are going to struggle for goals. I think, like I said, you Wolves fans, you're in for a struggle this season. This one, I'm going to go for Man United. Man United 1, Wolves 0. Well, that's the end of my Premiership predictions. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all again